oh my goodness, they decided to go through the roof. The attachments that you have in your life could make the difference between. Hey, it's Tori with Embrace Your Story. As I was working today, I noticed something that I had not noticed before. I was typing up an email, and in the email, I added an attachment because I want to help support what I am trying to say or relay in the email. So this is supporting my position or to help avoid any questions. I thought about, while I'm attaching this document, what else in my actual life have I attached to myself? What am I attaching as I go about my day? I've noticed no matter what I say, sometimes people will misunderstand. Sometimes people will not fully get what you're trying to say. I do my best to make sure that I explain, write everything out completely, and I have attachments and I circle things, but it doesn't matter sometimes. Some people just will never get you. And I have to be okay with that. You have to be okay with that. I noticed I spend a lot of time explaining who I am and what I want to do. Even building this channel, I want to make sure that I'm relaying the best that I can, to the best of my ability, who I am. I'm trying to make sure that my stories match up and make sure that they're relatable and that you can glean something from them. That is my hope, that my story will in some way inspire you and help you. So as I'm attaching this document to the email, I'm thinking about what kind of things are attached to me. What do I pick up? Kind of like baggage. You've heard of people say that you carry baggage, but you should travel light. If possible, you should not have a lot of things that are weighing you down. In the society, we are so judging. So many people are looking at you under a microscope and trying to figure out who you are really. We put on a front. We may see others that are not actually doing what they say they're doing. There's scams all over the place. It is hard sometimes just to be who you are. I and others spend a lot of time working on our outward appearance. Everybody's not like that, but most people want to put a good foot forward, meaning they want to look nice, smell nice, they want to do the right things and say the right things. But I realize as I am sharing on YouTube and sharing on social media, there's going to be somebody that does not like what I have to say. There's going to be somebody that combats that. And there's always going to be someone that misunderstands. No matter how hard I try to clarify, no matter how many attachments I add, no matter how many examples I put in, there's going to be misunderstandings, and that is okay. There's going to be misunderstandings, and that is okay. I'm going to say it one more time. There's going to be people that misunderstand you. That's okay. People don't really even understand themselves. So trying to add on another person to understand, it is almost an impossible feat, because from day to day, people are living their lives and they have their own struggles and their own issues that they're dealing with. Don't worry so much about what other people think about you. When you are working on your friends and your circle, as they say, work on your attachments. Do the people that you are surrounding yourself with lift you up? Do the people that you are attached to actually encourage you and expect better things and push you in the direction where you are not settling Those attachments make a difference. If you actually read them, if you actually open them in the email sense, then you will have more information. You will have more clarity. So the people that you surround yourself with should be giving you more clarity about who you are. They should support you just like an email. It should support what you're trying to portray about yourself. So your circle does matter. As a matter of fact, a friend of mine, she loves the story in the Bible about the guy that was not able to walk, but his friends saw that he had a need and they knew someone was in the area that was in the healing business. So they decided to get their friend, lift him up, take him to the place to be healed. But you know what? It was so crowded they couldn't get through the front door. But they didn't give up. These same friends did not give up. They decided to go through the roof. They tore the roof off to make sure that their friend got healing. And it wasn't for them. It wasn't even for themselves. They were so concerned about their friend being healed. They did whatever it took. Oh my goodness, the attachments that you have in your life could make the difference between sickness and healing, could make the difference between life and death in some cases. So are your friends speaking life into you? That kind of goes into the video where I talk about voices in my head. Not only was I hearing things and listening to music that was putting me down, I was surrounded by some people that did not build me up, did not pour into me, did not tell me that I can. Instead, they told me I couldn't. And I didn't have to listen, but I did. I didn't have to follow the advice of others that were not doing the right thing, or they were just not positive. I understand that everybody is not positive. There's trials and tribulations. I recognize that. But who you are attaching yourself to does matter. Just a simple email today reminded me of that. I got to be careful who I'm attaching to myself, because other people are going to read me based on my surroundings and what I do. Nobody's ever going to really get it right. Nobody truly knows my heart. But I want to make sure that I'm putting my best foot forward, as we talked about earlier, make sure that I'm doing my best to portray who Tori is. As I embrace my story throughout this journey, I'm going to take you guys with me. I hope that you are beginning to embrace your story as well, because you know what? I talked about belief. I'm beginning to believe in myself. It is amazing to have a mindset of belief that you're able to, that you can, that things will work out. Let's put more thought into who we are attaching ourselves to. Start now. Do me a favor and let me know if there's someone that you're attached to that does lift you up, that does tell you things that you can do, that does motivate and encourage you. If you have that person in your life, drop their name in the chat and give a shout out to them, because everybody doesn't have that. So that is wonderful. I want to see if you guys have someone that encourages and builds you up. That means you have the right attachment. So go out. If you don't have it, go find that person. Ask God to send that person to you. Let's make sure we're adding the right attachments to our lives. Have a great day. I'll see you in the next video.